Welcome to VTeach. Now we'll discuss about time package. Time is a predefined package which is used to work with different operations on time and dates. So the classes defined here represent the principal date time concepts including instants, durations, dates, time zones and periods. So there are some predefined classes which are used to work on these operations like time, date, durations, instants, time zones and periods. These are based on the ISO calendar system. It's going to follow a standard system which is known as ISO standard system. Let's discuss what are the predefined classes present in this time package. First one is clock. A clock providing access to current instant date and time using the time zone. Time zone and current date, I can use the clock method. It contains some predefined methods to work with them. Next, duration. The time-based amount of time such as 34.5 seconds. Particular instant of time we can work by using duration class. Instant at a particular time instance if I want to work, not duration. At a particular time instant with including minutes and seconds and everything, I can work with instant class. Next, local date, a date with time zone in ISO calendar system such as year, month and then date. So in order to work with this type of format, we use local date. If I want to work with local date as well as time, it's going to print the format as year, month, day and then time as hours, minutes and seconds. Next, local time to work only with time, whereas local date time is a combination of local date and local time. Next, month day to print month and day. So this is month number and this is the day number. Next, period. Period means how many years we have passed and how many number of days and how many months were there. Next, year, which year it is. Year, month, only year and month will be displayed. So time is a predefined package which is used to work with different concepts of date and time and different instances, durations, hours and then time zones and periods. The predefined classes present in this time package are clock, duration, instant, local date time, local time, month, day, year, month, period and year. Next one is class instant. This instant is a subclass of instant is a super class present in java.time package. Java.time is a predefined package which contains different class that we have discussed just now. Out of this, one important class is instant class. Java instant class is used to represent the specific moment on the timeline. If I want to particularly work with a particular time, I can use this specific moment of time by using instant. It inherits the object class and implements comparable interface. It is going to extend object class and it is going to implement comparable interface. It contains some predefined methods to work with different instances of time. So what are the different methods present in this? We shall discuss now. Temporal adjust to. So what is this temporal adjust to is, if there is already a particular instant, I am asking it to adjust to the specified value that I am passing. It is used to adjust to the specified temporal object to have this instant. Let us suppose that the present time is 3 hours 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I want to change the date and time as 5 hours 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I will pass temporal space adjust into of 5, 6 minutes, 30 seconds. Then automatically the time will be adjusted to that particular point. Next, get. So in order to get what is the specified field that is present at that particular instant, we use this get method. Next, boolean is supported. So boolean is supported is used to check whether if a particular field that I want to change is applicable for this change or not. It is just to check if the specified field is supported or not. It returns true if it is supported. It returns false if it is not supported. Instant minus. Instant minus means we can pass a value for this minus method which is going to subtract the value from the current instant. For example, the current time is 5 hours 30 minutes. I want to subtract 2 hours 30 minutes from the existing time. I will write minus of 2 hours 30 minutes. Then what happens is the current time will be set to 3 because 5 hours 30 minutes minus 2 hours 30 minutes will be 3 o'clock. The time will be set to 3 automatically. Next, instant now. In order to know what is the current instant of the time or system clock, we use now method. Next, instant parse. It is used to obtain an instance of text string such as this format. If I want to know the instant in a character format, I will use this parse method. If I want to add some value to the existing time, I will use plus method. For example, if the current time is 6 hours 30 minutes, I want to add 45 minutes for it. So I will write plus of 45 minutes, 00 dot 45 minutes. Then what happens is the current time will be set to 7:15, 7 hours 15 minutes, because I'm adding 45 minutes to 6:30 plus instant with. It is used to return an object adjusted copy of that instance. Means what is the present instance that is present with it will be returned for us. Let's see a small example here by writing here import java.time.instant. We are importing this instant class, and then we are writing instant example program for knowing what is the current instant. So instant now is going to return what is the current instant into this instant object. So that's why I'm printing this instant object directly. And then this next example is to parse this in the current format. So what I'm doing is I'm making this current instant to be in this format, and then I'm writing duration of days 125. Means now the current date is 2017 year, second month, third date. Means third month, February 3rd 2017 is the current date. Now what I'm asking is reduce or minus 125 days from that current date. So automatically the new instant will be printed when I subtract the value. Minus is used to subtract the current date or current time. So since I'm asking to reduce the number of days, it's going to reduce 125 days from the current date, that is 3rd of February 2017. From the date, it's going to reduce the value. So this is the purpose of instant class. Instant is a predefined class present in java.time package, which is used to work with different formats of date and time. So we have some predefined classes present. We have predefined methods present in this instant class, which is used to know what is the current time, current date, and what is to print them in this character format parse method, plus value, minus value to reduce the current date and time, and then to increase the current date and time. For all these purposes, we have some predefined methods present in instant class. Next topic is temporal adjusters class. What is the purpose of this temporal adjuster class is to perform operations on date mathematics. Means in the previous topic we had done the operations on time. Now we can perform some operations on date. For example, if I want to know what is the second Saturday of a month or what is the next Tuesday of a month, I can have some predefined methods present in this temporal adjuster class. This temporal adjuster class is a predefined class that is present in java.time package, which is used to work with date mathematics. If I want to know what is a particular day, or if I want to know what is the first day of a particular month, or if I want to go to a particular year, there are some predefined methods to work with them. First method is first day of month. It is going to return what is the date set to the first day of the current month. For example, if today is January 3rd, what is the current first date of this month will be retrieved. First day of next month, what is the first day of next month? For example, first day of next month will be first, and it might be Thursday or Tuesday or Wednesday, we don't know it. So in order to know that, we can know by using first day of next month. What is the first day of the next month? February 1st. Today is January 3rd. What is February 1st day? If I want to know, I can use first day of next month. First day of next year. What is the first day of January 1st in the next year? What is the day? Can be known by using first day of next year. First day of year. So means for the current year, what is the first day in the current year can be known. What is the current January 1st day can be known. First in month, day of week. Returns a new date in the same month with the first matching day of week. For example, if the current year in the current month, if first day is second, means for example, if the day of the month week is January, the day of the week is Monday and the date is third. In the next month, what will the first Monday value will be printed here? Last day of the month. What is the last day of the current month can be known by using this last day of month. In the previous topic, in the previous methods we have discussed first day of the month, first day of the next month, first day of the next year. In the same way, last day of the month. What is the day of the last date in the current month? Last day of the year. What is December 31st day of this current year can be known by using last day of the year. Next, last in month, day of week. returns a new date in the same month with the last matching day of week. What is the date matching can be known. What is the date of it can be known by using last in month. Next, it adjusts to the first occurrence of the specified day of the week. What is the current value we can know, and we can adjust the value by using next. Next or same. Next or same is used to check whether the day of the week that you want to set is matching with the current value that I want to set. Whether it is possible or not can be known by using next day, next or same. So by this topic we have closed packages. Now next go to exception handling. Before going into exception handling, why we should go for exception handling, we need to discuss first what is an exception, and then what is exception handling, why we should go for exception handling we have discussed. In the features of Java, we have discussed that Java is a robust language. Why Java is a robust language is since it is going to handle runtime errors efficiently, Java is known as a robust language. So that's why what we need to do is we need to handle the runtime errors. What do you mean by runtime errors and what do you mean by compile time errors? The errors that are generated while compiling your program are known as compilation errors. The errors that are generated during the execution of your program are known as runtime errors. We can know what are the errors that are generated at the compile time when we compile the program using the instruction java c space filename.java. But these errors, the runtime errors, cannot be displayed while we compile the program. They will be generated during the execution of the program in between. If there is any runtime error during the execution of the program in other languages, we cannot handle them, whereas in C and C++ we cannot handle runtime errors. There is no mechanism of exception handling in C and C++, whereas in Java we have a topic known as exception handling, which is used to handle runtime errors. So that's why we need to go for exception handling. Now we will discuss what is an exception. An exception is a runtime error which occurs during the execution of a program that deviates the normal flow of program instructions. Let us suppose that I have written a program from instructions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. My program contained 10 instructions. So when I am executing my program, an exception was raised at the 6th instruction. Then automatically what happens is the JVM will not execute 7, 8, 9, 10 instructions. It goes to the instructions which contains exception handling code. That's why we are saying that it deviates the normal flow of program execution. So once again we come back here. An exception is a runtime error. It's not going to generate the compile time. It's going to be generated the runtime based on the user inputs. And when it is going to generate is during the program execution. What it is going to do is it's going to deviate the normal flow of program execution. An exception can occur for many different reasons. Let's see what are the different reasons when an exception can arise. An user entered an invalid data. For example, I want to work with division of two numbers. I will use A by B. When I ask the user to enter the value of A and enter the value of B, if I give two numbers or two decimal values or two float values or long values or float values, it is acceptable. But if I try to give one numeric value and one character, it's not acceptable. It will be generated as a runtime error when we give invalid data. A file that needs to be opened cannot be found. I want to open a file, but that file is not present in the system. So we are going to get a runtime error. You might be having a doubt why it will not be generated the compiler. The compile time, it checks whether a file name was supplied or not. That's all. It's not going to check whether the file name is present or not. It's being verified during the execution. Compiler is going to check whether we are following the syntax or not. That's all. A network connection has been lost in the middle of communication, or the JVM has run out of memory. JVM run out of memory means we require some memory for allotting the variables that are present in our program or for objects that are present in our program. If the available memory is completed, the JVM has no memory to allot for a particular object, then a runtime exception will be raised. In the same way, if the network communication was lost during your programming execution when I use networking programs, in these cases an exception will be raised. So in all these cases we are going to get some runtime errors. What we need to do is we have to handle those exceptions by writing some handling mechanisms. Exception handling is a mechanism to handle runtime errors. When a runtime error is generated, we have to handle them by using some techniques. There are some keywords for handling them. If we write the code for handling it, then we call it as exception handling. So exception handling is the process of handling the runtime errors. What is an exception? Exception is a runtime error that occurs during the program execution. Thank you.